Thank you so much, GEEF, for giving me this distinguished opportunity. So I'm going to be talking about blue energy. So let's spend like a minute on this slide. You see two colors of water, slightly more bluish and slightly towards greenish. This is a phenomena that happens when river meets ocean. This is a natural phenomena of every river. If I were to tell you using this phenomena, we can generate round-the-clock renewable energy, would you believe it? It is possible, and we are doing it. So the technology that we use to generate round-the-clock renewable energy using both these two sources of water is called reverse electrodialysis, in short, RED. So how we do it is, we have created this stack. The stack consists of ion selective membranes. So what we do is we have put in stacks which are attracting negative and positive ions, and we have stacked them in parallel. So what happens is when we flow salt water and fresh water in parallel, the ions from salt water side, as a natural phenomena, wants to move towards the fresh water side. As a result of that, the ions get segregated, and all the negative ions move to one direction, all the positive ions move to the other direction, and in the end, we have electrodes. So we capture this potential and can generate round-the-clock renewable energy. Now, we can do this at a phenomena where river is meeting the ocean, but that's not the only option for us. We can use other sources of water, for example, discharge of desalination projects, which is high brine. We can mix it with STP water and generate electricity, and several other such permutation combination where we'll have two sources of water available. So the global potential estimated for this energy, and this energy is also known as salinity gradient power or osmotic energy, is roughly about 1 terawatt. And in Asia alone, the potential is roughly about 647 gigawatt. So that's a humongous potential. And if you see the picture on the right-hand side, the areas in the orange color are the preferred areas for installing blue energy or osmotic energy projects. Why is that? That is for the reason that these areas are closer to equator, so higher, warmer temperatures, which is higher temperature resulting in better efficiency of these projects, and also high salinity content in the oceans around this area. And that is why India is one of the most preferred blue energy destination. A, because we have about 26 significant rivers flowing into the ocean. We have warmer climate conditions. We have skilled manpower available with us in the renewable energy sector. And we have a number of sunny days, making it a preferred destination for harvesting blue energy or osmotic energy. One of the most important thing about blue energy is all the equipments that are used, roughly about 2/3 of these equipments can be sourced locally because it consists of pumps, pipes, switches, cables, etc. Only 1/3 of the blue energy cost, which is the stack cost today, will be imported from Netherlands because this technology today belongs to Netherlands, and eventually we would like to bring it to India under the Make in India initiative of Government of India. In India alone, the potential that we have estimated through sources available on Wikipedia is roughly about 20 gigawatt. And this 20 gigawatt potential is for round-the-clock renewable energy. Now let's compare blue energy with other sources, renewable energy sources. So I have tried to draw a comparison between blue energy, solar, wind, and hydro. So compared to solar and wind, blue energy is better because it is non-intermittent. It can produce round-the-clock energy. The CUF from blue energy projects is as high as 99%. CUF is capacity utilization factor. So compared to wind and solar, this is extremely high. And out of this 99%, roughly about 25% is consumed as aux, so the net power output is still 75%. There are no ecological impact observed in the pilot projects that we have put up globally. So we have 2 pilot projects running globally, one in Netherlands, the other in Spain. We'll come to that in the subsequent slides. And on both these pilot projects, there are ecological studies undertaken by institutes like Deltares and NEOS, and it has been observed that there are no ecological impact caused by blue energy projects. The gestation period for blue energy projects is very low as 18 months. And the land requirement also for blue energy project is fairly less compared to a wind or a solar project. And 2/3 of the project cost components can already be sourced locally, and going forward, maybe 100% of the project cost components can be sourced locally. Now, this is a picture of our first blue energy pilot project. This is globally the world's first blue energy pilot project, which was installed in the year 2014 at Afsluitdijk, Netherlands. This was inaugurated by the King of Netherlands, His Royal Highness King Willem Alexander, and full board of cabinet ministers also visited our pilot project. Now, when we started with a very small scale blue energy lab scale project, and eventually moved towards putting it in the real world conditions. By 2022, we have managed to upscale this pilot plant to almost 2,000 times. And by 2025, we are planning to upscale the same pilot project to another 16 times, which will then establish the process design for megawatt scale implementation. This is our second pilot project, which is based on the discharge from desalination project mixed with STP water. This was set up in Spain under a JV with Pure Water Group. Some of the observations from our blue energy pilot project. So we can produce power which can be made available round the clock throughout the year, because water is continuously flowing into the ocean, so we can tap that potential and produce round the clock energy. We have also observed that there is 0 degradation in our pilot project. So from the time it has commissioned till today, we have not observed any degradation in our projects. So the working and the efficiency is at the same levels as it was at the time of COD. There is very high capacity utilization factors. We can achieve as high as 99% of CUF, and despite consuming about 25% of CUF as aux, the net power output is about 75%. As I had already mentioned, that there are various ecological studies undertaken, and it has been observed that we are not causing any negative harm to the ecology around us. And the O&M cost for our project is very much comparable to any other water treatment projects. What we are trying to achieve in 2025 is we have so far invested already 50 million euros into this technology. And we are investing further 11 million euros to industrialize the stack manufacturing facility and use 16 of these stacks into our pilot project, thereby establishing the megawatt scale process for blue energy projects. Blue energy's role in energy transition. So it is fully sustainable. We do not rely on any sorts of non-conventional power. We can produce round-the-clock energy which can be made available throughout the year. It is highly predictable, stable, and reliable. We do not need any battery energy storage to make it round-the-clock renewable energy. And since we produce power in DC form, it can be directly fed into any industry or a clean hydrogen electrolyzers. At Blue Energy Pilot Project, we have achieved several accolades. First of which is achieving Dutch National Icon Award. Now, this is a very prestigious award given only once in 3 years. We are a recipient of this award. And in the year 2023, we also have won Aquatech Innovation Award in 2 categories. One innovation not yet to market, which is the blue energy. In the year 2023, European Parliament also has amended its directive to include osmotic energy or blue energy as a renewable energy source. We are requesting the Indian government also to make similar amendments and allow blue energy to be accepted as one of the renewable energy sources. And as we speak, the delegation of MNRE, including the Secretary MNRE, Mr. Santosh Kumar Sarangi, is visiting our pilot project today. Thank you.